Hello everyone in football. Today we bring you some inspirational moments in football that left us recalling and even attempting to create just such a special moment in our heart, even as fans. And today we bring you some of these moments in football history. Some of the ranking factors we look at when looking at this moment is the determination, the beauty, and the poignancy of that moment. Now the determination because we saw the fighting spirit of our players when executing that moment. We saw the beauty, we saw the skill, we saw the craftsmanship of all their training. We saw it so beautifully displayed in that moment, and the poignancy in the sense that what the moment meant for us. We'll be looking at all that as we glide through. The first of this moment is Marco van Basten iconic volley. Now the Dutch team of the 1970s are synonymous with total football. It was a modern way of playing when it comes to pressing the opposition and passing the ball, and yet they fell short of becoming world champions in 1974 and 1978. They had lost to West Germany and Argentina, who were the hosts in both finals. The Netherlands then had a resurgence in the late 1980s in a team that was blessed with so many talent, inclusive of Ruud, Frank, and of course Marco van Basten, who are taking Europe 88 by storm with a hat-trick against England and the semi-final winner. Van Basten scored one of the most famous volleying of all time, where he betted in from a tight angle to give Netherlands their first international title. For our second moment, we have when Sifewe scored for South Africa in the 2010 World Cup. The 2010 World Cup in South Africa was hugely significant because it was the first time an African nation has hosted the tournament. So there was so much pressure on the African side to leave their mark on this occasion. It was hosted in the soccer city in Johannesburg, where South Africa opened the tournament with Mexico. The chief winger, Sifewe, had scored a beautiful goal to get the tournament up and running, and for commentator Peter provide some of the most iconic and inspirational commentary when he shouted, "Go for South Africa, go for all Africa." The third on our list is Sergio Aguero, Premier League's clincher. Manchester City's player chased Sergio Aguero after he scores against QPR. When it looked as though Manchester City had been thrown the chance of winning the Premier League to the bin in the late game of their season, they trailed Queen's Park Rangers 2-1. Going into injury time at the Etihad. Eden equalized for City, but they needed a win to deny their local rival Manchester United the title. And as the game went into the 94th minute, City striker Mario Balotelli fell in possession as he approached the QPR penalty area. Although he was on the floor, he was able to thread the ball to Sergio, who step-sided a defender before drilling home, meaning City had won the title on the goal difference. The fourth on our list, we have Matthew Thomas at Anfield. The Arsenal football team went to Anfield on a Friday night for the late game of the 1988-89 season, requiring a win by 2 clear goals if they were to win the English First Division. Given that Liverpool had dominated the decade, it seems very unlikely that the Gunners will achieve this. But they did take the lead through an Alan Smith header. With the game going into injury time, that shouldn't have been enough. However, Arsenal's keeper John threw the ball out to the right back Lee, whose long ball was flicked on by Alan Smith into the path of Michael Thomas. He evaded several Liverpool challenges before clipping the ball into Liverpool's net. Both teams had the same plus 37 goal difference, but the Gunner won the title for the highest number of goals scored. It was so inspirational that it even helped inspire the hit book and then film Fever Pitch. And our last on the list is old Gunner seals the treble. Manchester United striker bags Champions League winner. The Manchester United team had been in imperious form all season, already claiming the Premier League and FA Cup before they went to Barcelona to face Bayern in the 1999 Champions League final. And in that game, they were second best throughout. Missing Keeves and Paul, who were both suspended, United were very fortunate not to have been more than 1 goal down, although until those last few minutes minute tickle when Teddy realized and equalized. Then 2 minutes later, with the clock on 93 minutes, Old Gunner reacted to Sheringham knockdown from a backhand corner to stab the ball high into Bayern's net for a famous victory. And that's all for our inspirational moments in football today. Thank you and see you next time.